Okay, welcome to video 3. So in the first video, we saw the foundations and how to prepare yourself for your Ordinals journey. Then in the second video, how to join communities, how to find good projects, what makes a good project a bad project, or, something that you might want to stay away from, or something that is an absolute banger and you want to join, and also how to get your first Bitcoin Ordinal. Now, in this video, we're going to see how to launch your project. If you are an artist, if you want to get really involved, you don't have to be an artist, but basically, if you want to get involved into creating some projects in the Bitcoin Ordinal universe, then this video is going to help you get started on that. And we'll see also your evolution. So how to stay competitive, how to stay ahead of the game, ahead of the pack. Because most people, they fall behind and then they wonder why it's not working anymore. So the first thing in launching your project, we're going to talk about the foundation. So why you want to get involved in this industry? I don't know, because it's fun, because you like ordinals, you like crypto, you like all that is NFT. But what is going to be the reason for your project? Some project, as we talked about, it's just about the art. It's just about creating something exciting, new. And it can be something visual, like an image. Like for us, this is a big part. It's the art that our member really loves. But also, it's about building the community. And we are helping founders. Actually, a lot of our holders are building their own project, and we're helping them and everything. So we have some utility for the market. And we're onboarding a lot of new people with these video tutorials and things like that. So that's our positioning. Some other projects, or maybe your project is going to be just about the art. Maybe it's going to be something audio. Maybe it's a music piece. Maybe it's an album. Maybe it's going to be code, data, websites. There's plenty of things that you can inscribe on the Bitcoin blockchain forever, and nobody can ever change it, which is pretty exciting. And so that's going to be the first part. You want to set an intention on what your project is going to do for the market. What is going to be something that you want to create in your project. The second step is going to be how to position yourself compared to what is already there. So it's good to start by researching the other collections and projects that, as we've seen in video 1 and video 2, because then you'll understand the market. You'll understand what projects are already doing something. What are they doing? How are they doing it? And what is already out there that might give you some ideas for foundation. That's why this is a step-by-step, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So if you're here, then you've already went through 3 and 4, and you understand a little bit more what the market is all about. So you want to start your project. Let's say you want to onboard people and help educate people on ordinals. So what we're doing right now is this. So we're focusing on that, and we're creating a brand and ecosystem and some amazing art, some amazing stories. And that for us is going to enable the expansion of our universe in the future, and we'll be able to pivot and create what we want, because we don't know how it's going to be in 3 months. So anyways, we have our own plan, but let's say you want to also start a project and just have an art project and build a community and teach people about ordinals, new people from, let's say, Ethereum blockchain or Solana or another blockchain, and you want to bring them in Bitcoin ordinals because you understand that this is the best chain to be on. Well, you might look at other projects that are doing this and understand how they are doing it. And then you have to find something that makes you unique. And that's why we talk a lot about branding. And we help the founders of other projects that are holders of BTC machines. We talk a lot about branding because let's say that you're going to a farm, okay, and you see all these cows, and you come from the city. You look at the cows, and the owner of the cows tells you, which one is Lucy, and you have no idea. They all look the same. But if he takes a piping hot iron with a big B on it, and he sticks it on the rear part of one of the cows, and it leaves a big B, a big mark on it, you're going to recognize this cow because it's branded. So it's going to stand out from all the other cows that are there on the farm. And that's basically what you have to do to position yourself, because there's going to be there's thousands of people that are joining this space every single day, every single week. So if you look like any other projects out there, and most founders, they don't go through a process like I'm showing you. So they end up just trying to figure things out. They're doing everything randomly. They don't have a process to follow. They don't have anybody to help them. And that's unfortunate because they're not branded. They're just like any other projects, and people, the new people coming in, they do not realize, that they even exist. They are invisible because they're not branding. So you really want to find something that you can do better for the people that are going to be part of your community, so they can talk about it with their friends and bring new people, and you will be visible in the market. It's like BTC Machine. We're crushing it right now. And hopefully we will continue to crush it because we have those concepts in mind, and we're always trying to deliver more. And one of the example is that we just recently, at the time of this video, we did the biggest airdrop, 10,000 viruses. That's the name of the collection. I'll show it to you. They were airdropped for free to over 60 projects. So we have some collaborations. We have some friends and the founders in the BTC universe. We're all pretty much together. And so we wanted to celebrate that and just bring a bunch of ordinals, distribute that to everybody. And nobody else did that. So that's one way that we differentiate ourselves. There's many, many other things that we're doing, but the concept is the same. You don't want to just be one of the projects that is the same as any other projects, and people just never see you. They don't even realize that you exist. So that's one of the important steps. You have to, before you even start, you have to think about your positioning in the market. Now it's time to do the first step of launching your project. So once you have the general concept of what you're going to do, is it art? Is it something audio? Is it like an Easter egg, something that you're going to hide in your inscription? There's so many things. People come up with creative ideas all the time. But once you have this thing that you want to do, does it have an utility for the market? So are you going to build a service, a project, a community that is going to do something more than just the art that you inscribe on the blockchain? If yes, then that's also to consider. And also, like we said, you're going to determine what is your positioning versus the other projects that are already doing something similar to what you want to do. And then you're ready for the first steps. So what is going to be the project size? What is going to be the size of your project? If, let's say for BTC Machine, we really love to onboard new people and make video tutorial like this and helping founders. Well, we need a large size collection, and that's why we're growing. We have right now 7 individual different collections, and we're still full of ideas for new ones, and we're constantly inscribing new collections and giving away some for our holders and doing cool stuff with them, because we need to have a lot of people. Because if you want to onboard new people, then you need to have a lot of inscriptions. Like, we cannot onboard 1,000 people if we only have a 10 collection, a 10 sized collection, a size 10 collection. It won't work. We'll just change the life of 10 people. And the details also. So is there any specific details that will, at this stage of planning the size? Like for us, we have something with the number 777. And that was a detail that we needed to know before we started inscribing and when we designed the collection, because we wanted that element to be part of it. So those are little details that you might want to already know before you start inscribing. Then, is there any special features? Something that, once it's inscribed, it's immutable. You cannot change it. So you might want to think about, if you want to do something in the future, are you going to include special features, something hidden, something special that you'll be able to reuse in the future? So this is the time to think about it before you do the art, before you inscribe them on the blockchain and that they can never be changed. Then you have to think about the art. Are you going to do the art or the data? If it's something audio, if it's a program, if it's a line of code, if it's text. There's so many things. So who's going to actually do the art, the data? Is it going to be you? Are you going to have to get a team together? Maybe call one of your friends or your business partner or something like that, and you start a project in Bitcoin Ordinals. Then what is going to be your part in it? And are you going to need some people to fill up for the other parts? And this is one of the other part, the data that's going to be on. then who's going to inscribe it? Are you going to install your own Bitcoin node? And we have guides for that in our server. If you want to join our server, by the way, it's very simple. You go on ordinalswallet.com. We're probably in the first page, or you can search for BTC machine and you can just click on the Discord link, or you go on Twitter and you search for BTC machine and you'll see us. So you'll be able to link, to join from the link in our bio. And we have a guide to set up your own node. Now, this is one way to do it. There's also other services like I showed you, Ordinals bot, or there's other processes where you just give the art to the platform and you don't have to pay to inscribe on the Bitcoin blockchain. It will be passed on to the buyer. So basically your art is there ready to be inscribed, and if somebody comes along and purchase it, then it's inscribed automatically live and transferred to their wallet. So that's one way of doing it, where you don't have to inscribe them right away. You just have to have the art. And there's going to be pros and cons of each way of doing it. It's really, once you go deeper into knowing, joining communities and so on and so forth, and doing your research, you will see and understand why there's certain reasons to do one or the other. But you can inscribe and then sell over the counter, as we saw in video 2, or you can do it directly on marketplaces and the buyer pays the fee. Now, once you have this figured out, you need to create your socials. So in Ordinals and Bitcoin Ordinals, you need a Twitter. It's very common practice, and you have an announcement, you have something to announce. You do it on Twitter, you do it in Discord. And so those are pretty much the two most important things that you'll have to do. Then, are you going to list on marketplaces? Once you're starting to have some assets that are out there in your own wallet, if you inscribe them yourself, or if people have them in their wallet, the members of your community, then they need a place where they can trade it and get out of your project if they want to, or flip. If they have multiple of your ordinals, you have to give them the option to flip it, because making profit with ordinals is a big part of why people are so interested in this space. So obviously listing on marketplaces like my favorite one, ordinalswallet.com, you have all the collections here. Like I say, they're working around the clock. They're asking the community what features they want added. They're adding features. They're adding cool stuff all the time, and new collections all the time. We can also help you get listed with them. So you can just join our Discord and tag Mr. Lucky and or one of the founders that you'll see on the right side, and we'll help you with that. So you need to list on marketplaces. In some cases, depends how you inscribe, it will be automatic. Then step number 7 is, once you have, you're starting to get your things together, your ordinals in wallets, whether it's yours or people that buy them, you need to grow your project. So what's your marketing plan? How are you going to get the message out there? So you might be different. You might have an excellent positioning. You might give the best utility for the market. You're the savior. You have the best ideas. You have the best concept. But if you don't share to other people, if they don't know about it, then you'll still be invisible to them. So you have to have a marketing plan. Now, we have our own platform where we are helping founders doing that. So again, if you want help for this, then you might want to join our Discord and ask us. And then you can make your long-term plan. We are so new, it's a waste of time thinking about too long. But let's say, 1 month to 3 months, it's good to have a plan. It's good to have a vision. So that could be something that you do at the beginning, but it will constantly change. Believe me, this space is evolving at light speed. So this is a summary of launching your own project. You can follow these steps and that will guide you. And this is not perfect. This is not all the details. This is just to get you started. And once you join communities, once you get your first taste of Bitcoin Ordinals, then you'll be able to make your own adjustments and come up with a better strategy, probably. Now, your evolution. How do you stay current? How do you stay on top of your game? Well, you have to monitor the market. So I'll link some link in the description, but the more you are following projects on Twitter, the more you are looking at what's happening, what projects are having a boost, which projects are doing well, which projects are disappearing slowly. You'll start to find what we call patterns, or things that are working, basically, and things that are not working. And that will be a big clue on what you can implement in your project. Or if you don't have your project, it's also very good to monitor the market, because if you're a collector, then you can adjust your position. You can get rid of some ordinals that you might want to, projects that you don't feel comfortable anymore being in. And you can buy in projects that you really think, okay, these guys have it figured out. They're here for the long term. Everybody makes mistakes and people change with time. So don't be like a rock. You take one decision and you stay there for the rest of your life. That's just being dumb. Everybody changes, and the projects that you're in will change. And there's some adjustments that you'll have to go through and to make the most out of this opportunity right now. Believe me, things are changing radically. We are so early. The other thing, whether you're doing your own project or not, you'll want to be in multiple projects just to see what's happening. We talked about that in the second video. But if you have your own project, you want to be connecting with founders, doing collaborations. There's so many things you can do. You can do collab giveaways. You can do art and mix your communities together, mix your art, mix your concept. You can do special events. You can do games. You can do special nights where you hang out in the Discord or the other. There's so many things to grow your project and your visibility. Also, other ideas that we can give you when you join our Discord and you talk with us, we'll be able to help you with that. But just being connected with other founders will do tremendous. The founders that are making it right now, at the time of this video, they are all connected together and they're helping each other and they're growing together. The last point is if you want to shortcut. So some people, they don't have the time to waste, especially if you understand that it's the best opportunity right now in crypto and in finance and starting your own project. In my opinion, that's why I'm there, because I believe it's life-changing. Once you understand how Bitcoin works, once you understand what are non-fungible tokens, and you put these concepts on the Bitcoin blockchain, it's the perfect storm. And at the time of this video, we are at the beginning of what I think is going to be an amazing bull run for the crypto currency and the market. So no financial advice, it's just my opinions, but I think we're in for something big with everything that's happening on a macro scale. So if you realize this and you say, I have no time to lose, $10,000 I could invest right now to get my project started 2 weeks earlier could result in millions of dollars in 3 months. If you have that kind of understanding and you want to pay for consultant, mentors, we can also help you and point you in the right direction. Now, personally, I'm not taking anything for that because I have no time. I'm refusing constantly people wanting to pay me $5,000, $10,000 USD in cryptos because I just want to focus on BTC machine, right? But we do have some connections. We're working with some services to help you. And we'll help you also when we're in the Discords and everything. That's what we want to do. We want to help our community. So, but if you want to pay for consultant and mentors, for me, for my personal life outside of crypto and even in crypto, it has been a massive return. So for every $1,000 I invested in consultants or mentors or people that were ahead of the game for me, and I could learn from them, it resulted in a minimum of 10 times the rewards for every $1,000 that I invested. So if I invested, let's say, in a program or a course that was $5,000 USD, then I got a minimum of $50,000 USD in return. So this concludes the third video. I hope you like this mini series. It's going to be updated. Things are changing very quick. I'm doing a summary here. This is to get you started. The most important thing is to take action. You want to be doing things every single day, actually every single minute that you have that will get you closer to your goal. And saying that I really like is inch by inch, everything is a cinch. So if you follow those steps one at a time and you take action, those little steps, creating your Discord, creating your Twitter, creating your wallet, joining our Discord, just asking questions, doing that, little things every single day, then you will get till the end. and you will have your own project. And all these things, you know, you can't do them all at the same time. It's just one thing at a time. You need to start now and just continue with it. Inch by inch, everything is a cinch. And I hope you loved this 3-part tutorial.